Hi guys, so welcome back. We're going to do difference of squares and difference of cubes and sum of cubes. There is no sum of squares formula because if you do x squared plus something, you cannot factor it because, I said that in the last video. I think we had x squared plus 5 and I said, oh, this is unfactorable because it won't ever equal 0. It'll be imaginary. But with that being said, we are going to look at the following. We have x squared minus 100. Oh, one other thing I didn't mention. You should always check if there's a GCF before you start factoring. That is always the first one that you always check for. I know I didn't do it very often in the last video. That's because I knew they factored. But you should always check for a GCF first. So the first one, we have x squared and 100. Notice that 1 is the only thing that goes into both of those. X does not go into 100 and 100 does not go into x. And so we can factor this. So if we wanted to factor 39, if you have a squared minus b squared, then this is a difference of squares. This is a square, this is a square difference because it's a subtraction. And this factors as a plus b, a minus b. Okay, so we have to figure out what a is and what b is. If a squared is equal to x squared, then we take the square root and we have a is equal to x. Okay. If b squared is equal to 100, then we take the square root and b is equal to 10. So we've got a and b, so that means that for 39 we have x squared minus 100 is equal to x plus 10, x minus 10. And that is our factoring. Okay, we're going to do this again. I'm going to do a more challenging one this one time. I'm going to do 45. We have x to the fourth minus 16, and there's a specific reason I'm doing this. So let's do the same thing. We have x to the fourth is equal to a squared. So if we square root it, we have a is equal to the square root of x to the fourth is equal to x to the fourth to the 1/2 power. That's what the square root is, the 1/2 power. So this means this is x squared. So a is equal to x squared. Okay, so with that being said, let's do the next part. We have 16. B squared is equal to 16. Square root. B is equal to 4. So then we have a and b. We have x squared plus 4. X squared minus 4. But what do we notice? Oh, this is a perfect square again. So we do it again. We have a squared equals x squared. So a is equal to x. We have b squared is equal to 4. So b is equal to 2. Those are two perfect squares. So we have x squared plus 4 times x plus 2, x minus 2. This is a sum of squares, does not have a formula. You cannot factor it, and therefore that is your solution. Okay, so that one's taken care of. Let's do factor each perfect square trinomial. Oh, we didn't do that one yet. Okay, so for perfect square trinomials, guys, I just recommend you just do the x method or the x method or the snowflake. Let's go through it real quick. Let's do 49. The difference between these two is if it's a perfect square, you're going to get the same number twice for your solution. So this one's 1 times 1. Oops. 1 times 1 is 1, adds up to 2. So what multiplies don't give you 1 but adds up to 2, that would be 1 and 1. So notice these two match, that's what I just said. So this is going to be x plus 1 times x plus 1, which is x plus 1 squared. That's why you get a perfect square. When you have a perfect square trinomial, that's what you get. That's when the first term is positive, or I'm sorry, when the first term is a perfect square, the last term is a perfect square, and the middle term is 2 times the square root of both of those. Well, 2 times a times b. So I'll give you the formula. It's a squared plus or minus 2ab plus b squared. Okay, I don't think you can have minus in this case. Actually, no, you can't. So you get that. If you have that, it factors as a plus or minus b squared, depending on what that middle term is. Let's do 25. So we're going to do 54. Sorry, not 25. 25x squared plus 10x plus 1. We do the snowflake method. 25, 25. Multiplies to 25, adds up to 10. That would be 5 and 5. Notice these match exactly. This is x, sorry. So this is 5 and 1. 5 and 1. So this is going to equal 5x plus 1 squared. Okay. Okay, for the last two factoring methods we're going to talk about, you're going to need to do the following formulas. The first formula is a cubed plus b cubed. I guess we don't need the parentheses. Is equal to a plus b a squared minus ab plus b squared. And the other version is a cubed minus b cubed is equal to a minus b a squared plus ab plus b squared. So all I've done is switch these two. That's how I memorize it. It's always the same lettering, but it's switch that sign and that's the difference. Okay, so with that being said, if we look at 57, we have x to the third plus 27, which is equal to, so this is a perfect cube, this is a perfect cube. Why? Because this is x cubed plus 3 cubed, because 3 times 3 is 9 times 3 is 27. So now this is going to be this is plus, so we're using the top formula. Which is x plus 3, x squared minus 3 times x plus b squared, which is 3 squared, so 3 squared is 9. This is your final answer. Okay, let's do that one more time. We're going to do 61. We have 8x cubed minus 1. So in this case, we take a to the third is equal to 8x cubed. We take the third root. That is 2x. Third root of 1 is simply just 1. So we have negative 1. Okay, so our form is going to be 2x minus 1. That's because this is different, so we're using the second formula, this one. And then we have 2x squared minus 2x times, plus 2x times 1, which is 2x. And then we have, 1 squared, which is 1. Okay. And this time I'm going to simplify, so I have 2x minus 1 and 4x squared plus 2x plus 1. And therefore that is your factored, and you are done. So I hope this helps, guys. Make sure that you go through on my website and try to practice some of these. So there's plenty of other ones. Realistically, guys, we should really be able to look at these and go, oh, I can do this one. You know, it's not going to tell you, oh, this is the difference of cubes. You should just know and do it. Look at it, see it, do it. If you have to take pre-cal or calculus, they're never going to tell you that, so you better get used to it. Factoring is something that you're going to spend a lot of time on in math at this level, and so make sure that you understand how to do it and you can do it well. I hope this helps, guys. We're going to get on to the next video. Make sure you practice some of these ones here at the bottom. I think they'll help.